Well, it's nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Neither one thing or the other. But I've got a big joint on to cook. That's going to probably erupt. I've just got to go and take the foil off for the last 45 minutes to brown it off. It's the joint I brought for Christmas. I think I've mentioned it a few times. It's actually duck and turkey, but the trip is it's got some really tasty cranberry or whatever stuffing in it. And that'll last us, well, in pig mode, I could probably woof it in 3 meals, but no. I'm in detox mode, and it does say feed up to 6 people. And of course, meat like this is brilliant cold, right? So, oh yeah, 6 days easy. You know, I've got a bit of a stash of Brussels sprouts. I haven't touched them. They should be all right. They've been in the fridge. And also some roast potato-y things. But there you go. So this is the second video I'm doing today, but the first one was done the early hours of the morning. Now, Mr. Anderson butchers in Bucky. Not very happy, mate. And nor is the disabled community. You've backed out of a deal that you made with John Barclay, head of Moray Mental Health, to allow your premises to be used by disabled people to sell goods for disabled people. And John, maybe he explained all this to you. Maybe he didn't. Maybe you ought to think again, mate. To sell goods for disabled people and for charity, because he actually is head of Moray Mental Health. And I'm one of the customers that is going to be FUCK fucked over. Yeah. And I'm not happy, and I'll be outside your Anderson's place, mate, with placards, and you don't want this cunt on your case. Got it? A lot of people respect me. Believe it or not, I'm a lay Baptist priest. And I don't like it. Oh, and John shared with me that the reason you backed out, of course, you can make this statement to the press because they're going to come and see you about this motherfuck. You have refused and gone back on your deal because John shared with you that he was going to allow his shop, this premises, right, Anderson's Butchers, to allow people to practice therapies there. And you're not one of these idiot cunt. Yeah. Idiot cunt. What? Because this is what I'm meant to be, mate. A fundamentalist Christian. Oh, we can't have this, work the devil. Well, I am a lay Baptist priest. Listen up. And I'm probably more Christian than any cunt in the whole of this area. Christians and the church I belong to, we live our religion. Not some little club we go to. And if you happen to be a Baptist member, tell them that this man called you a cunt. And why did he call you a cunt? Because you're backing out on this deal with John Barclay, and he's got the proof. And I assure you, mate, your name's going to be cunt shit. So if you consider yourself some kind of Christian, think again. I am the real thing. I am a minister of Christ. And the church I'm a member of, look it up online, the Jesus Fellowship Church. Now, in my church, we lived our religion, which you're supposed to do, according to the book of Acts. No, we're not some cult, which again, media had put against us. We're probably the truest thing to a practicing Christian that this country has. I'll just give you a little rundown. We, all members of the Jesus Fellowship Church, gave all of our money back to the church, which is how the early Christians lived. It's called common purse. So this is from the Bible, mate. No, we're not a bunch of cunts of a cult, which we've been accused of being. That is in the book of Acts. And you'll see the Christians had all things in common. And they gave all their money collectively to what's called the common purse. This is how Jesus Christ and his disciples practiced and travelled. They had a common purse. They had nowhere to live. Sound familiar? Although in the book of Acts, the Christians did settle, but they were persecuted. Oh, they live in a commune, man, having sex and all this shit. Yes, our commune or communal church houses are made up of celibates, married couples. Oh, that's really it. Yeah. So you had single women that were celibate, single men that were celibate, and probably one or two married couples, depending upon the size of the house. And they all had a purely scriptural, a elder. Very strict discipline. There was no sex outside of marriage, which we were being accused of doing, right? Rare. And well, go online. No, go, I'm getting the word in the spirit. Go and, if you might not be an out-and-out atheist, you know, I'm getting nothing, meaning you could be an out-and-out atheist, which you don't give a fuck about any religious statutes that I'm quoting to you. I'd like you to justify, well, that's up to the media. Oh, that's what we've got round here. Will the media I've advised John, right, to go public, but that's up to John, to go public about this, because you've really fucked up a lot of people's lives, because a lot of people are depending upon this shop. And maybe you can explain your reticence. Again, I mean, you can probably deny this. Oh, it's got nothing to do with them having or intending to have healing therapy sessions there. I mean, that's just, you know, John's impression. Maybe you need to enlighten us. Why are you not going to allow John Barclay of MORAY Mental Health, a registered Scottish charity, to rent your premises? I mean, again, moving in the spirit, you've probably got a perfectly legitimate reason. Your mother's died, or something's happened of a nature that it's not just us or him, that you can't rent it to anybody. Yeah, that would be acceptable. You know, little letter of apology. I'm very sorry, John, but we've changed our mind because. But this is what John's relayed to me. Again, people can get the wrong end of the stick. He just shared with me and to thousands of other people in the Moray area that the deal was called off because you'd indicated you were intending, or he was intending, to offer therapy sessions. Alternative therapy. Oh, I'm one of them. But I'm not going to blow that trumpet. I wasn't intending to do that at John's place. I'm in the process to put the wind up your sails a bit, to get authenticated as a miracle worker. So I don't know who your spiritual advisor is, if this is a spiritual advisor. Well, this gentleman here is accredited with over 21 healing miracles, but 3 of them, and there's obviously more, maybe 4, and I haven't even looked into it. There's some, you can go to the Vatican, right? Rare, but the only reason I'm not on any little childish trip. I want to set up a healing practice, and it'll obviously be very good. Well, it's just the truth. If I'm a known healing or a miracle healing worker, that'll greatly boost, shall we say, my practice. I'm intending to set up at the Vindorn Foundation, but that's not written in stone. Just as a point of interest, rare, because I've got a lot of travelling to do, but that's neither nigh. So we go back to that. Do you know BUCTCHERS? Oh, yeah, you'll be a great man. You're a local businessman. Now, I did a healing miracle on either, yeah, please get back to me, the heir of BUCTCHERS or the heir of the other major manufacturer here, Walkers. There you go. You're a businessman. You belong to all these business clubs. Can you answer me whether it's BUCTCHERS or Walkers? Could be neither. Right. Has a son, and his son has been sectioned under the Mental Health Act. In fact, he probably is sectioned now. Yeah. Is this gentleman, and I'm being very restrained, is an out-and-out atheist piece of shit. So that should help you to place it. And when his son announced that Jesus had healed him, and this is before I healed him, let's get that straight. So this man, possibly the heir of BUCTCHERS, was sectioned under the Mental Health Act when I met him. He was technically doing a bit of a runner, and I met him at Vindorn. And as a priest, I approached him, could see he was very distressed. He'd just smashed up a church in Forest. That'll make it easy for you. Because all this is on record, although they might have tried to cover it up. This man, whether he was Walkers or BUCTCHERS, smashed up a church in Forest. And the police know this, because he was technically a wanted man. You know, he'd broken from section and done a bit of a runner, was in Ward 4. Then he went to Forest, smashed up this church. I don't know to what extent, but, you know, the altar, whatever. Then got a taxi from there. And as God would provide, we met. Because again, I'm a lay Baptist priest, and I move in, amongst many things, deliverance ministry. So this man was possessed. Yeah. So I give him a little bit of counselling. This is at Vindorn. And he shared me, I was smashed up this church and God's really going to, you know, and all this stuff, right? I can't counsel him to the effect, no, you're probably a bit, I just put it, mentally disturbed. But that doesn't matter. Would you like me to pray for you? Golden mantra. You ask. And if someone tells you to fuck off, which often happens to people like me, Jesus Christ, scriptures, Handel, have you heard of Handel? Oh, I am being sarcastic, because I don't get the vibe you're a very intelligent man. Handel's Messiah. He, this is Jesus, was despised and rejected of men. He, this is Jesus, was a man of constant sorrow. Not how most people portray Jesus. But Handel got it pretty sussed. He was despised, rejected of men, right? And he was a man of constant sorrow. Jesus Christ. Well, that's another bit of the thing, right? Get on another level, I'm being told, finish with this filth, because this is John's case. Yeah, I'm not the man who was intending to set up a shop in Bucky. I am or was a potential customer. That's what I'm saying, mate. I'd estimate a couple of thousand people you're affecting. So it's not just John. There's all these people that John's met and said, oh, if you've got some things to sell, I'll sell them. And obviously, I don't know how big the shop is, but there are probably about estimated 2,000 people in the MORAY area who are going to be well pissed off when they hear that you have now decided not to rent your shop, Anderson's Butchers, that is about to go right through the plug hole. Think again. So I don't know what you're intending to do with this property, but it better be something in the public's eye that can justify you. I know there isn't no legal thing. You gave your word. There's no contract signed. And yeah, I'm a bit of a lawman as well. No, if there's no, I've said, well, I'm not sharing it with John now. If there's no contract, John, I'm afraid there's not much you can do about it, but go to the local press. You want one that's a bit smutty. Northern Scott won't probably do much because he's probably in the shits with these, the Sun. Oh, they'll cover it. The Scottish Sun, a paper of that ilk who loves exposing hypocritical shit. Get it? Oh, they love a story like this, and you'll get tons of publicity, John, and some other cunt, prophetic word, will offer you premises. So go for it, John. Yeah, you'd probably find you'd be offered a lot better premises, and everyone's happy apart from Mr. Anderson. Oh, yeah, his name will be cunt shit. Yeah. There will be people with prophetic word. There will be people outside Anderson's Butchers with placards. Now, what they put on those placards is any cunt's business. But the trip is the media will be like it like shit on flies or flies on shit. Anyway, I've been told to leave that. I've done my bit. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, John, and obviously keep us informed. I would go because you're head of MORAY Mental Health. That carries clout and respect. Ring up all the local newspapers. We all know the ones to go for. Oh, hello, I'm John Barclay. I am head of MORAY Mental Health, or I am wheelchair bound. Oof. So I'm actually disabled. Now, we had an agreement with an Anderson's Butchers to open a shop, which thousands, you can say that, thousands of local disabled, mentally ill, whatever you word it, people are going to be affected by this decision. And then you can just stick around. Well, I'll be one for you. A few people are prepared to make a statement to the press. Get it? I'm sure you've got plenty of members, but you know what I mean? That's it. All the people that are going to be really fucked off and pissed off because this man has gone back on his word. Then they go and interview him, John. Now, you might not get the premises, right? Oh, they come up with some whatever. And all this chip, well, I'm totally entitled to decide who I rent it to and no comment. Oh, you get a lawyer if he's got any sense. And he'd be advised to just say no comment. But the people will see through that. Lots of people obviously know this person personally and have got, shall we say, reticent about him. Get it? Oh, yeah. Anyway, John, it'd be worth it because I assure you, once you get some coverage, someone else, I can't prophesy that, but I feel that someone else will just come out of the woodwork and you'll end up with a far better deal. Get it? Because it's publicity for them then. Anderson's reject, or however the paper headlines, good news, happy ending. John was offered a far superior premises at half the rent. Oh, it's his publicity, John. So John, then you go back to you, oh, have you got a quote? Well, you wouldn't swear. I know you. I say it's fucking brilliant. But you will just say something because you're not me and I'm not you. Right? Good luck, John. Now, I actually started on this. Whoa, yeah, this is... whoa, we'll see where we go with this. Buckle your seatbelts. Christed ones amongst us? Question marks. So we're going from the ridiculous to the sublime, because that is ridiculous. I won't go. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I can conclude that he's an out-and-out atheist. Get it? And he doesn't give a shit about disabled, but you get it. But that right. Christed ones amongst us? Question marks. Well, it's prophesied in many different religions that Christ is going to reappear, come again, various words. And it's prophesied that there will be signs, rumours of wars, get it? And this is from a particular scripture or scriptures, the end of days. It's all in there. And this links in with the Hell's Angels. They're very devout, spiritual people. Some of them who base their whole lifestyle. Oh, John messaged me. John, I'm doing this. You won't know that. This is for you, John, so whatever. But I see if I can. It's probably just something like thanks. It is a pain because if I know what I'm doing and remember, I've got to go. See, it could fuck this whole thing up. He stopped. Yeah, because he should know. I'm looking at the side. When I'm online and people can see I'm online, but I don't seem to be coming back to your messages, 9 times out of 10, I'm doing this, a live, channeled, whatever. And you can link in, but you haven't. There's what I call a comment box, and that would just probably do it. Hi, Graham. Thanks for feedback, or there's some new development. Maybe Mr. Anderson's contacted him, had a change of thought. Get it? Because if I was him, I would. But that's just me. So, Christed ones. Oh, it's a very open-ended. This, right? Many religions, I'm not just about Christianity, talk about the reappearance or the coming again of the avatar. Now, in many religious systems of belief, it's not just Jesus Christ. See, it's a title. Avatar means a messenger of God. And in some systems of thought, it actually means a son of God. Again, this concept or title doesn't just belong to Christianity, although a lot of people might think so because the way they've had it pumped into them. There's only one way, Jesus is the way and all this. Well, he was. That's the answer to that. Jesus Christ was the way, but he's not the only way. And there's a new avatar, or plural, avatars who are coming down amongst us. Now, the concept there, right, Christed one. Well, Jesus, well, I say Christ, but okay, no, listen. Jesus Christ was a Christed one, as he was perhaps the Son of God. But then he also said to us, we're all potential sons of God. Get it? And that's the teaching he brought. Greater things than me, that's Jesus speaking, will you do in my name. So that's saying we're all potential sons of God, if it's like a title, get it? We're not actually the son, get it? We're all potential sons of God. And Jesus was Christed by John the Baptist. Now, this is scripture. I'm not making this up. You know, check your Bible. Everyone knows that. Well, do they? Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist. And although John recognized that he was someone of a very high order, I think there's something about, I'm not fit to undo your shoelaces or whatever, rare. But Jesus is by, no, let it be so. So again, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. Everything that Jesus did was a lesson for all of us, how to live. We go around and say, well, Jesus didn't have big places of worship. Exact opposite. If I was to put a label on how Jesus lived, he was a traveling, hippie. Of course, a lot of people are going to react to that. Rare. Well, didn't wear fancy clothes. They walked from A to B. They had a common purse, which would be different from, so that was carried, and probably not by him as well. Someone was appointed, and that meant they pulled all their money together, which again is a Christian injunction of how we should live. Common purse, right? I've got my meat joint. I should have jotted it down. No, I think I've got about half an hour, because it's got to have the baker foil taken off. It's nearly 3 hours this joint's going to take to cook. But the first 2.5 hours, get this right. Well, so whatever. And then you take the baker foil off, and then you brown it, with no baker foil, because that stops it from whatever. And for about another 45 minutes. And it's only on 170 for those of you cooks. Yes, it's quite a low temperature, but then it's been cooked a long time. But that's happening in the back of my brain. Not as it wouldn't ask it. The oven just turns off. Probably not so good to let it do that, but so it's got a timer. It turns itself off at the appointed time. And then as soon as I get the arbor, about 10 or 15 minutes of that to take the baker foil off, get it, and then whack it and fire up again for another 45 minutes. And that meat will easily last me, because I'm detoxing, 6 days. That's nearly a week's worth of food. I digress. So, where were we? Yeah, Christed ones amongst us. Yes, there are Christed ones amongst us. I'm a Christed one. And I met another Christed one, which was one of my miracles, at the Vineyard Foundation, right? So just killing 2 birds with 4 stones here. This Christed one was a very beautiful woman, a visitor, and she'd announced to the whole community, because she's misunderstood what's happened to her, oh, I'm Jesus. Right. Common ego flaw, if you want me. I could cut it and spoil the story. Well, probably already have. But so this lady I met at about 3 a.m, and the scenario was that she was stood right outside the main dining room, if you like, or building in the park. So people know exactly where I mean. But across from where she was standing, I'll paint the scenario. Beautiful woman of wealth and taste. She had a mini skirt on, but it was obviously handmade or, made to measure, made of silk or whatever, and embroidery. Oh, yeah. Really smart shoes on, right? She wasn't your average hippie girl, far from it. She was a lady of wealth and taste. Get it? And her suitcases were there. So I'm just painting the scene. Really smart matching suitcases. She was packed and ready to go. We just give the background. She'd announced, and that's all. The whole community knew about this. very wealthy guest who they're meant to be responsible for, announces that she's been Christed. Well, she didn't say that, I'm Jesus, but that has actually happened. So, yeah. And then it was rejected. Someone either scoffed or whatever, but there was pandemonium, a negative response. So rather than people saying, wow, amazing, it was boom, the exact opposite. So she then went into Elf. Now, don't ask for the mechanics of it, but yeah, you can do that. And she did do it. Basically, probably in the back of her mind, she says, right, you don't accept I'm Jesus. What are you going to make of this? And it did freak people to fuck out. Hello, I'm an elf. Such a whole, she was an elf. And the foundation is renowned for bringing awareness of the David Kingdom, fairies, rare. So this really hit home. She'd gotten by the balls. Talking about having embarrassment, and how the hell are we going to deal with this? So this boyfriend character, which I could hear, they were discussing, or he was putting forward suggestions of how this situation could be resolved. Oh, well, I can take her home with me, right? And but then the foundation member, which is possibly Lauren and a few other characters, right, were arguing or saying, no, we can't really let you do that. Well, think about it. This is a woman in psychosis. She was no longer a woman. She thought she was an elf, and to let this person just ship her off somewhere, well, you imagine the sort of sexual exploitation could go on. She wasn't in her right mind. So this is going on, but she could hear this. So I come along about 3 a.m. This was, oh, hello, because no one else about. She stood out. Oh, what's all? And she was under lights. Like I say, suitcase. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. I'm an elf. I could explain, but yeah. But I sent, as you do, prayers up, and immediately you don't hear voices rare, but you're sending thoughts up, and my angel, who knows, responded, get her away from here. So I did. I went up to her and said, hi, would you like to come for a walk with me? Right? Well, she was obviously bored out of skull, sitting there or standing there waiting for this thing, which she probably thought, well, I'm not going with that cunt. Anyway, right, but even so, also she said, yes, it's obviously her spirit. They can go with him, this is cool. And we went for one of the longest walks. Right. So it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and we went down to the beach. If you know where I am, you come out as a little lane, thing along the side of the kitchen or whatever. Then you turn left, and there's a little hedge, and the sanctuary at the end of this little thing is left again, or you can carry straight on, and you end up on the road, cross it, and you can go down a little slipway. Actually, I think this slipway, no, it wasn't. Oh, it could have been. Yeah. Well, this was its synchronicity. The same slipway is where Mr. If it was Baxter or Mr. Walker was walked down, and it's low tide, different time of day. This is midday, beautiful weather. Oh, I'm doing I'm multitasking. So we walked down. This is me and Baxter's, if it is him. Midday, beautiful weather. Met him, done the bit about he'd smashed up a church, and I'd asked him, would you? Yeah, but I'll finish. I've been told. I asked him, would you like me to pray for you? And he said yes. So we walked down. It's low tide, and we walk into the River Findle, up to about probably our knees, or it could have been our crutch, but it took a while to get there, actually, because it's low tide. And we were in plain sight maybe hundreds of people, maybe not that, but yeah, plain sight. And everyone thought, oh, what the fuck's going on? You know, it was a bit unusual. You know, we weren't going swimming, we were fully dressed. But then when I did what I did, they probably couldn't hear the minister. I cupped up the water. Because I'm going to give him, moving in the spirit, deliverance ministry using the water of the River Findle. So I did what's called pray out, because he entered into it, get it by his faith, be it so. That is the trip with miracles or any healing exchange. There's your trip. Oh, I'm jumping the gun again. All healers should get themselves a pendulum. And you can very quickly diagnose symptoms that the person might need to know. But more importantly, you can ask the very basic question of all. Will this person respond in a positive light to my healing session? Could be worded a bit different. If you get a yes, you go ahead. If you get a no, you don't even give them a healing session. Yeah? Because you're actually asking, are they ready or capable to receive? Ready to receive means they've got faith that something's going to happen. And even Jesus Christ was contained within that restriction. He could do no good works there because of their unbelief. Now that's the scripture talking about Jesus. You can use your mind. It could be loads of things. He went back to his hometown and people just said, oh, that's bloody what's his son. Although there were rumours spreading like wildfire, because when Jesus was doing his healing miracles, yeah. But then when they see Jesus, even though there might have been rumours it was him, well, probably wasn't. That's it. He could do no good works there because of their unbelief. So I take this, whether it's Baxter's, Walker's, whatever, down into the River Findle. I offer up water. Blessed Father God, I ask that this water be blessed, transmuted, water to wine. Yeah. We can do anything Jesus did. I'm not saying it's a slight thing. Anything can be changed etherically. This is for all you scientist types, yeah. Right, River Findle water. Blessed Father God, I ask that this liquid be transmuted and changed, however it needs to be changed, and that when this water hits this person, I probably did say his name right, he be released from anything that may be interfering with him. So I'll have a hand on the shoulder, because you do that to ground the person, right? And the water's being lifted up, and there was this, reaction. Yeah. Do it again. Boom. Reaction. Third time, no reaction. My hand's on his shoulder. Get it? He's been grounded. This is a science. Yeah. A science. Right. Look him straight in the eyes and say, well, are you okay? He is completely released from whatever it was, demonics or whatever. They had left, the old joke, what's it's in the room? Well, these cunts weren't no longer in the room. What's this in the house, right? Well, these cunts weren't. Where they went, I don't know, but they were cast out. And he was perfectly okay, and he had received, in a biblical definition, an anointing of the peace that is beyond all understanding. So his mind couldn't rationalise it. Well, it could, if he had the faith, and he listened to the prayer, which he did and entered in. I've been released of demons. And they were the ones that were encouraging me to smash up the church. Because this man was actually a very devout man. Think about it. He was. But he had lost his sanity, get it? and had turned into a mini fit against God, probably because he'd just been sectioned. Oh, yeah. And why was he sectioned? Because his father is an atheist. And his father, being the big businessman, had the clout to tell him in Ward 4. Oh, he's saying, sedate him. Because he explained this has happened before, although it's only just happened before as well, but it's probably even other occasions. So this man was a very devout man, so I don't take all the credit. He had already been converted, probably already been baptized. But his own father was an atheistic piece of shit, and his own father was having him sectioned. And that's exactly what happened to him again. We finish the story. So it's okay. Here's your witnesses again. We walk up to the Kimberley Arms. Loads of motherfuck cunts know me in there, and they'll remember this because I don't normally drink beer. I go in for a meal occasionally. I love the fish. But then I want there to be no, I just, oh, hello, Graham, and that's it. And I'm having a meal on my own, and I love seafood. So that, I was known there, and the public knew me there as a good customer. I generally had top of the big thing you get, the special deal, and you got to have an R in the month and all this. But, oh, yeah, I love seafood. And that's why I went there. Oh, you know that. Oh, yeah, I never had a beer, I had orange juice, and all that. I'm not on a trip. I'm just setting the scene. That's how it was with me. So he's there, and he had money, or he had a stack of money on him. I don't know if she had that. A wad of money. He'd obviously been to the cash machine, and that's how I sussed that he probably has got a relative. He never told a relative that's very rich. Right. So I phoned up the police because he asked me to. Because I said, well, what do you want to do now? Oh, I've got to go back to hospital. Well, he didn't want to, but of course he couldn't just. The only other option was just to go on the run. He'd be a wanted man. He's under section. So he decided, well, I've got to go back. But he shared with me, a bit later on, but, when they're just going to sedate me. Because he'd already had this done to him. Probably 4 or 5 times, get it? Whatever. Oh. And so I phone up the police. I explain I've got such and such with me. He's perfectly okay. He's very sorry he smashed up the church, but knows he needs to go back to hospital, and he's not going to give you any trouble. Get it? You don't need to handcuff him because he's technically giving himself up. He'd like you to come and pick him up and take him back to hospital, and they did. Very nicely. There was no grabbing him or that. It's just like 2 friends, me and him, saying goodbye. Could have been anything. His grandma's just died, because that's the impression you'd got, because you'd seen the police. They looked quite sad and serious. So it wouldn't stand out this is a criminal being arrested, because it wasn't anyway. But it could have been any multitude of things. He's had some very bad news come to the pub. And they do that, the police. They go on their roles. One of their roles is to tell someone about bad news. Your grandma's died or such and such in a crash, and they provide support. See, I'm not anti-police, far from it. Police have got a role to do. But like anyone, if they're lied to, as happened with me, I was wrongly sectioned, and the police are informed I've got probably a gun on me. And there you go. If we're getting 10 birds for 5 stones here. This is wrongful sectioning by a travel agent called Beaver Travel. I, as a lay Baptist priest, this isn't a miracle, but, well, whatever. It's here, there, and everywhere, man. I think it's interesting. So I'm going to Beaver Travel as a lay Baptist priest, which again a lot of people may have ridiculed. Oh, he's a nutter. No, he's not a priest. Oh, I've been slandered. lied about, slandered, right? And what? By gossips. Oh, he's not a priest because I didn't wear a dog collar. Get it? Yeah, I didn't. I don't now. And so imagine that's gossips. This is having a thing about they all like to impress each other. He's what? Don't be so fucking. He's not a priest. Where's he go to church then? And how come he never wears a dog collar? See all this narrow-minded cunt shit. Because that's what it is. I am actually a priest, and I don't wear a dog collar. And there's none of my church members wore dog collars. There you go. That's it. None of the Jesus Fellowship Church, even the head pastor, might occasionally wear a dog collar. Get it? Occasionally. Not every Sunday, not a thing, but, if it's a whatever. And none of us as members wore dog collars. We were street people, and that's it. If we went out on the streets wearing dog collars, we wouldn't have got such a warm welcome as we used to get. I'm going off again. We were, are, the Jesus Army. The police knew who the hell we were, and the police know who the hell I am. Well, I should hope so if they've done their own work. Oh, yeah, he is a priest, and he's part of the Jesus Fellowship Church. Yeah, Bugbrook. Oh, yeah. But they don't wear dog collars. And we've contacted the church in Bugbrook, and all that he said is true. There you go. Oh, he had Ministry of Ministries in 1988, nearly 30 years ago. He's done a video about his Ministries of Ministries. That's all the gifts of the Spirit that the witness of the brethren have accredited to him. Oh, Mr. Anderson, you're still with us? Rah! I'm probably the most genuine Baptist minister in the whole of Moray. But again, I'm being told, look, he's probably an atheist piece of shit. So he's not. You're not going to persuade him. That's what I'm getting. Now, he's probably atheist, Graham, and you're wasting your breath. Right? Just let John. That's what I'm doing. Let John do it. It's up to him. John might decide not to go to the press. Or someone, just through word of mouth, has got wind of this and is offering John alternative premises as I speak. So John doesn't need to go to the press. The situation's been rectified. He's probably getting a lot better premises, cheaper, and all the rest. And there'll be a nice story in the press to give the new person who's offered him premises a bit of nice publicity. And John, being the good Christian person is, he doesn't slag off Anderson's Butchers. He just said, yes, we were going to use Anderson's, but we've now got a better deal, so we're going with that. End of story. And that's the Christian way. You don't hold resentment, and nor do I. I move in the Spirit, and I give someone a cutting word, and that's that. But I haven't slandered Mr. Anderson. I said he's probably an atheist piece of shit. Well, I could take that back. Oh, that's all Baptist church. Oh, sorry about that, mate. I move in the Spirit. I move in the cutting word. I move in prophecy, words of knowledge. And yes, we do occasionally make little slip-ups. Yeah, of course we do. Sarcasm. Look, I've only been doing this for 38 years. I'm a new boy. Yeah, 1988. So sorry, I'm being sarcastic as fuck now. Yeah, yeah, sorry. I called you an atheistic piece of shit. Right, back to where I was. I come up to 50 minutes. Oh no. Right, I'm just going to finish it because I've got my dinner. I think I said everything I need to say. I was talking about my miracles. 2 in the river, Bindorm River. I didn't finish the second one. The second one was after I had given this man deliverance ministry, he gave me 20 quid and said, would I come and visit him in Ward 4? Whatever. And he said he's more likely just going to be sedated. And he was. So I finished that. So I come back, probably only a day later, and he's out. He's conscious, but just barely. And the nurse just said, oh, yeah, you want to see things? Well, he's heavily sedated, but he might just be able to recognise, and he did. Finished quickest thing on the West, quickest miracle on the West, and he could speak, and he recognised me, obviously. Well, what do you want to do? He said, I want to phone. Not like that, maybe I want to phone my dad. Oh. Would you like me to pray for you again? Yes, please. So a different trip, but same number. I had a Coca-Cola with me. Oh, this is dramatic stuff. Because in our church, we didn't use wine. A lot of the people that we ministered to were down and outs off the street. There was no wine in all of our houses. We used Rabina and water. And that's just how we're trained. That's it. Bless anything. It's not the physical substance. It's the etheric substance that is changed. It can be measured to a degree. Right, we're getting scientific again now. Right. Same as when Jesus blessed the water into wine. It would have tasted like wine and people would have really enjoyed it because it's called alchemy, but actually it's etheric. So it would have tasted like wine and the colour might have even been changed. But again, I could be talking shit. It doesn't really matter whether it was actually changed to wine. That's the trip. Or it wasn't, but by appearances and taste, by their faith, get it? That's it, by their faith, be it so. So Jesus goes to all this water, he's asked, that's the golden rule. Oh, we're running out of wine, for the wedding, can you help? So everyone's watching and all this. And he does a prayer over the water, and it might have been in his wording. Well, it was, and that the water did change to wine. And all those that had faith, it was wine. Yeah. So back to this Coca-Cola. What a trip, eh? One of the most commercial, well, some people say yucky product you can get. Big company, go all over the world, and little African peasants are drinking Coca-Cola, because they get it at a special price, get it, because you see these big Coca-Cola signs, get it. Right. Well, obviously everything's symbolic. So it's a Coca-Cola. And I just lifted it up. Blessed Father God, I ask that this liquid be transmuted and changed into the exact medicinal compounds that such and such needs to release him from the power of these sedatory drugs. Bit of grammatical error there. Right. Oh, I ended as well. So he can get up and make a phone call to his father. And he heard this. Right? So again, by his faith. So I then gave him the Coca-Cola, and this did freak me a bit. Jumped straight out of bed. So, I don't do that sort of thing every day of the week. Right, but okay. And he goes out into the corridor. Took about a minute or two. I could hear it. Got through to his dad. Quote. Hi, Dad, I'm fine. Brilliant. I'm healed. Jesus has healed me. Right. and this is probably what he said before, so that gets me out of the trip. Someone else has ministered to him. Get it? In the name of Jesus. And this is like a shit pole to a rock. That's my own. Yeah. A ball to a rag, or a rag to a ball. His father just absolutely freaked. And he is told, I couldn't hear what he's saying, right, get the nurse on the phone and all this shit, right? So he just comes back into the room, sits on the bed, he's not lying on it, and then the nurse comes up. Oh, he says, oh, it's my dad, wants to speak to you. She's probably a bit freaked as well because he is up, but even so, my dad wants to have a word with you. You can imagine what he said. What up? My son's doing up, and he's been healed by Jesus. Get it? Because that's what he quotes. Sedate him now. That's the power this man had. Well, you could say it's actually legally right. I don't know. See, we get into speculation. It probably was just under the age of thing. I think he was over 18 myself. Yeah, as I remember. Oh, yeah, I think he was over 18. But anyway, Daddy's a big, wealthy local businessman that employs so many motherfucker cunts. Oh, he's got status. Oh, yeah, he's an employer. Yeah. Either way, whether it's BUCTCHERS or Walkers, both things, both companies supply people with jobs. So maybe a lot of his shit is by people again sucking up to him. These people can't help it. It's not really their fault that because they're a rich businessman and people give them this status. Oh, he provides, 200 jobs. He's somebody. Get it? Well, this is linking in with the other issue. Glamour, a world problem. This is one of the Alice A. Bailey teachings. And again, if you're empath, you just need to get the book and touch it. Pray, may all the knowledge, wisdom within this book that I need to have made aware of it be so. When you don't have all this, which I've seen these in inverted commas channels do, it's just all an act. They do all this, he's downloading and all this shit. What a load of bollocks. It is, it's just like a stage act. Yeah. We've got to do something, keep the idiots entertained. It's nothing like that at all. Get the book, you say it silently, and that's it. Done. It does all go in, but it will only come out at the appropriate time. Yeah. Generally, if someone asks you, either ask you for an opinion, ask you what do you think, and then whoomph. And generally, when it happens, you freak yourself out. Where did that come from? It's new to you. Yeah, what you've just channeled, it's totally new to you. Then you are moving on higher ilks, if you follow me. Yeah? Because that's what I tell you, just the instrument. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Sound familiar? St. Francis. Fantastic prayer. Another saint. Yeah. Now, of course, if one was a deceivious scam artist, fuck-brain cunt who wanted to rip people off, St. Francis is channeling through me, who the fuck can prove one way or the other? You might have a psychic person that could be roped in, which I'm sure the Vatican has. Give them credit where due. They're brilliant for assessing potential saints. They have the wealth, the technology, and they have the people. So although they're portrayed as being brilliant, deliverance ministry people, is another word for it, but yeah, but they also have an immense backed up practical. That's why people go to the Vatican. They have people who can discern what and who the hell you are. And you just want a car, but not a Jaguar. Yeah. I'm open. I just want to start my charity. Yeah, open. Someone comes to me, hi, I'm Walla Walla, whatever, from the Vatican Church. We've heard you're making claims that you've done miracles. Would you be prepared to be accessed by Walla Walla and the fuck brains or whatever they are? No problem, mate. I just want to start my charity. I'm not getting a big trip. You know, whatever. Oh, so I would just say, oh, no, I'm not St. Francis, but he's channeling through me. And you're picking up on that. But it still gives me a bit of status, wouldn't it? Fucking hell, St. Francis comes through the cunt. Yeah. See, my imagination, and this is a gift from God, I can go, oh, no. Yeah, would you? But it's dead on 5 o'clock. So I'm going to deliberately lead it up in the air. Because that's what you can do with people. Anybody, John, which you ain't there, very soon, John, this is John Barclay. I have sent you a video about this, about the possibility, I've already done it, of I'm needing a wheelchair, possibly, and a pusher, or some volunteers, because my leg is bad, and I'm considering, this is to do with Pips, this isn't to do with Anderson's, but all right. If it comes, well, I don't think you're going to need to do that, John. My own thing in the spirit is that you just go like you've done, go through the motions, email people, tell them what's probably going down, and someone else will email someone else, and the appropriate person will get to hear about it and say, well, you know, generally the wives, well, can't we rent out our such and such property to this man? And at a good rent, it's just sitting there. Again, no, that's it. No commercial company. Yes, it's true. No commercial companies contacted us. Why not rent it out to this charity? And it'd be being used. And we get incredible publicity. Right. Imagination. Oh, you've got to have a vivid imagination. You've got to believe. And it will stop you from getting depressed. Yeah. You can imagine some light at the end of the tunnel. It might not actually happen, but if you just go, oh, and you're stuck in a thing, oh, until I get a car, I'm fucked. See, like you're stuck in a rut. Gotta get a car, might not be a Jaguar. But till I get a car, I'm fucked. And that could mean you just do nothing. Yeah. You crawl into your shell, you go into a deep depression, and you're certainly not doing things like this. Channeling and doing videos. See, I'm being active. Yeah. I just had that flashing. But anyway, be still and know that I am God. Yeah, well, I'm going to be still now. That's it. There you go. So bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. It's only just over an hour. And contact information, right? Gampa, I'll spell that, GHAMPA 77 @gmail.com. Now, I'm not expecting you because some of you are from the other end of the world. There's a John Shoby, obviously speaks English, and that's it. There's only one English-speaking person that's seen this. But that doesn't mean that's all that will. So I'm ending the video, so I've got a meal to prepare.